The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 157. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, this evening, this morning, however it is you're choosing to listen to us. Thank you. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Sitting to the right of me is the Trail Master of Puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Now, sitting to the left of me is usually Jess, but today she's out doing some family stuff. But do not worry, listeners, because we have a spot filled in for her today. It's our he's not even a guest. He's a family member, I suppose, at this point. Local cool guy Marcis is in the house.
Good afternoon or evening.
Good afternoon, sir. And you brought yet a special guest with you, and who's that?
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah,
It's my son, Jack.
I'm Jack.
Hey, Jack. How's it going? And welcome to the LTP Hideaway here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, any time.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk about, we've got the news. We're also going to talk about continuing story about the Mount Rushmore of attractions going on. And probably what else shakes down. I'm sure we're going to have some D23 talks. I want to talk about that. And whatever else is happening. Does that sound fair enough?
Sounds good.
Okay, if this is your first time listening, welcome to the show. Hope you find the water to be very warm. We're a very honest Disneyland podcast. If you are a repeat offender, well, welcome home. You are definitely welcome here. All right. If you'd like to get involved with the show, you can be a Patreon listener. Go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the Patreon link, and we have it super simple, $1, $3, and $5. It's a monthly subscription or a one-time payment, whatever. It's all good. It helps to support the show. We also have some really cool shirts and stickers that you can get. All right. Other than that, let's get on with it. What Marcus says he has an opening question. We have not heard it yet, so we are going to. Is true, right? You do have one.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's.
I was trying to think of a question. I thought, oh, man, what are you, 157 episodes now? So there's not a lot of ground that hasn't been covered by the
You
show.
would think, but we keep on going.
But I would like to ask you, where is your favorite spot in the park for ambient sound?
Oh, that's a great question.
Is it just sound, or is it smells and any like atmospheric stuff, or is it just music and sounds?
I'll open it up to any atmosphere. I was thinking sound, but I'll open up to any atmosphere.
Okay. Let me guess. You have a quick answer, right?
Yeah.
His answer. His answer might be the same as mine.
Yep. It might be.
It might be. Should I just go?
Go.
Okay, so my favorite spot at the moment, and this might change for ambient sound, is going from Critter Country into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just past Hungry Bear. I love hearing the crickets and other odd river sounds and stuff like that. I mean, that part right there is perfect for me. Mm-hmm. But if you venture over to a galaxy far, far away, the transition from that, it's perfect for me. It's seamless, and it's eerie at night for me. So that part is my favorite spot.
Yep.
Yes.
No, mine right there with you.
Okay.
I mean, you cannot. I mean, I think one of the things that we commented on when it opened was that sound curtain. Mm-hmm. How amazing, wide open area, but you walk and you can almost do that like, I'm in Galaxy's Edge. I'm in Critter Country by doing one little 2-foot sidestep. So that, and then, I mean, any entrance into Galaxy's Edge is going to be the same kind of thing for me. You think about it, music with music playing or whatever. That one, though, in the Critter Country is the most pronounced and the most, I mean, I can't think of the right word, but it is the one where you really feel that change. The other ones are there, but not nearly like that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that.
I mean, I can actually think of other spots too, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
there are
I
few,
know.
there are
There's
few.
so many. I was trying to think of my own, and like Main Street is because the music and the sounds of the trolley cars and things like that. You know, the ding ding and. But for me, I'm actually not far from you. I'm going to go with Critter Country proper, because first of all, the ambient music I love. There's like an acoustic song that's like on a constant loop there, and then just the sound of Splash Mountain, the screams and the splashing of the water, and then just the peacefulness of it, the buzzing of the bees around
Yes.
around Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So for ambient sound, I would pick Critter Country.
Okay. Jack.
I'd say anywhere in the park is great to be at. I mean, it all sounds good to me, but
Okay.
Better than home.
if we're counting smells and stuff, I'd say Main Street just because of the popcorn and everything that they pump into the street. But
Yep.
I've also always loved the sounds of Tomorrowland too, the really dated futuristic sounds. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with Tomorrowland either. I think it kind of works over there.
yeah, it's.
Shoot, yeah. I mean, pretty much any spot's going to be good, huh?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, over by Matterhorn where the screams and stuff of people going through the mountain is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like hearing the wind from the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
Just wherever, in either in Fantasyland or Tomorrowland is always kind of cool.
And you'll kind of catch a faint sound of Harold sometimes, you know.
Yeah, oh, yes.
And the people screaming.
Yes, you will, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you can really break down any part of the park and you can pull something out of it. I mean, that's the beauty of that place. Or I mean, you can go here and then you can pick up a sound or a smell or the combination of everything and make it, you know, very, very unique to where you're at. And then you can even break it down to time of day also.
Right.
Time of year. I mean, there are so many little nuances that you can pull from any little place in there. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, very good question.
Yeah.
Did we ask you about what your favorite ride vehicle is?
My favorite ride vehicle?
Yes. You guys can both answer that.
Oh, man, I don't know.
It's a very important question.
Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta think
Okay.
that one over.
It can be like how it looks, or it's just because it functions great, or, yeah, I don't know, something.
I'd probably say the convertibles from Radiator Springs Racers, if that counts. I don't know. If
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Any
You can
anything
include
counts.
California, sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
California
for sure.
Adventures. I'd say those. Those are.
That's a good one.
Or the Jeeps on Indiana Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I guess if I was just to go just kind of all around, I would probably go with the boats on Jungle Cruise.
Great answer.
Yep.
And I can't really explain that, or I don't know if I need to.
You do not need to. We
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know,
Yeah.
you know. Awesome. Okay, very good question. We haven't had that before. Ambient sounds. All right, cool. Hey, quick happy 67th birthday to Casey Jr. Circus Train today. Opened up 2 weeks after the parks opened. So today, that would be that. So Jess would be proud, I guess. Man, checking out, if you get a chance, look at those pictures from when that opened up.
Yeah.
It's going to blow your mind. Like, because that track has not changed in 67 years, but everything else around it has.
Yeah.
It's just weird what they were getting away with in 55. Because right to the left of that, there's the train track and there's some car driving by. Like, oh, okay. Sure, why not? It's just it's so strange for me to see that kind of stuff. Anyways, I thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, well, let's get over to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Okay. Well, first news item is the Finding Nemo submarine voyage finally returns to Disneyland. July 25th, that was last week, was reopening day for Finding Nemo submarine voyage at Disneyland. The ride reopened more than 2 years after it last carried passengers through the Tomorrowland lagoon. Sorry. The attraction underwent an extensive refurbishment after Disneyland reopened last year. It included fresh paint and the addition of more coral, kelp, and seaweed accent. Imagineers upgraded the lighting and special effects throughout the ride. The ride also features a new character from Finding Dory, Hank what is that word? Septopus? What is that word? Septopus? Mm-hmm. I guess.
So is that an octopus that lost a tentacle?
I guess so.
Okay.
Who sits atop a rock in the lagoon. Disney shared some photos and a video from the refurbishment giving a look at the update. Yeah, we all saw that. Okay. The original Submarine Voyage opened at Disneyland in 1959. It was updated in 1987 with the yellow colorway for the 8 subs. The ride wasn't included in the 1998 New Tomorrowland project and closed later that same year. The Submarine Lagoon sat empty for nearly 10 years before the sub returned with Finding Nemo theme in 2007. All right, so it's back in action. What do you guys think?
All right.
All right.
Actually, Jack and I were just talking about the submarines yesterday because there are certain things in the park that I don't need to be a part of personally, but I need them to be a part of the park.
Understood.
And the submarines are absolutely one of those things. I do. I'll ride them. I'm not opposed to them, but I don't really care if I ride them or not. I can do without, but I need them to be there.
That's
the lagoon as a whole. I need it there.
Yep.
Absolutely agree with that. I don't need them. I don't necessarily need them in my life, but I need them to be present and operational.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you get rid of them, and it would feel incredibly awkward. I think. I mean, regardless of what they may want to put back into that, it would. I don't know. It would feel wrong. I mean, it would probably take a 30 or 40 year gap before it would be okay if they ever got rid of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the history of it being the only, and then having it be the submarine fleet, the biggest one, right?
That's not in the armed forces.
Correct.
Yeah.
You have to look at the history of it too, and then it has that to me is an important factor. So I agree with pretty much everybody here is that it needs to be there, even though we're not going to go on it. I mean, I can't think of the last time I was on it. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been probably 3, 4 years? 5?
It's been closed a while, too.
It's been closed for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was that, then pre-COVID, then we went, God, I could probably find out when we went. We went, when I went with 13, Jess, and then we all went, and that was how many years ago?
I don't know.
That was a long time ago.
Did we go on it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember going into it. You may not have.
I don't know.
No, I think you did.
I probably did.
I remember me and, I was with 13 and Jess.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the last time.
Wow.
Yep.
I would like to see Mark trying to get aboard that.
I have made that comment before, yeah.
Yeah. I'll try that. I'll probably go on it next time. But it just, did we talk about Tomorrowland in this one coming up? Sorry, I'm just looking at my news here. No, we're not.
No.
But we can real quick. Actually, maybe not real quick. But what?
I thought there was a story in there about Tomorrowland. Oh no, where did I see that?
That could have been last show.
No, but apparently maybe. Oh yeah, D23. We talked about it last show. That's right.
Yeah, I guess we'll cover this in D23. But
Yep.
Just off the top of my head, though, I'm going to put a pin in this. Is that we all want this new Tomorrowland thing, and there were some stories about maybe Autopia going away and whatnot. I don't think any of that's happening. If they're willing to sink this much money, well, no pun intended, into the submarine voyage, it doesn't seem to me like that's going to be going anywhere soon.
No, and I agree, and I think I made the comment before that they need to bring it back to reality, not get away from the Finding Nemo. They didn't do that, but I think that would be infinitely more interesting.
Yeah.
And because again, if people know the real world, as much as we love our park, the real world can be infinitely more fascinating when you know where to go look. So going back to the theme of educating through entertainment, which is what Walt wanted, that would have been perfect. That was one of the reasons why I enjoyed it growing up, was because you felt like you were on the adventure. The mermaid, the shark, the octopus, all that thing was an adventure. It wasn't and you learned, growing up in SoCal anyway, we had an affinity for the ocean anyway, but that just helped. And I think that needs to come back. And I'm going to keep on saying that, especially with Tomorrowland. And that's been my mantra for a while. When it comes to Tomorrowland or anything within Tomorrowland, we need to go back to the future, not playing around with an IP or creating a whole new IP.
Yeah, unfortunately, I much prefer when they do original ideas, but I don't know. I can't say ever, but it's going to be a very long time, if ever, that we'll see anything original in the park again that's not tied to an IP.
Well, there are arguments we can have, and that can actually go into a good discussion, because there are certain things in the park that I have a feeling with where we are in the park history, and I've been saying it now for a while because of COVID and everything we've been through and who we have in charge of the corporation and everything. That the finality of we're not going to get that before, I would have been much more of like on board with that. But now, I don't know, man. I feel like somebody's grabbing a hat and just putting all the little bits in there and starting to shake it a little bit and go like, I wonder what if we did that. I have a feeling that we're kind of coming to a transitory period where things are going to start getting shaken up. I don't know why, but like all these
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way, like in a good way, not a negative way, in a good way. We've had enough freaking negativity that I think we're due for a flip around here and actually begin in a positive way. And I keep on saying it, believe it or not, Mr. Chapek may be the devil we need. I'm going to keep on saying it.
I hope you're right.
Keep on saying it.
Okay.
Until he proves me wrong.
Until he proves you wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all happy that they are back in action, and has loved seeing those submarines just going around. Hell, even if they had nobody in them, it'd be great just seeing those things go.
Just that motion.
That kinetic energy out there. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yep.
All right, next item, and actually speaking of positive news, Anaheim City Council rejects the 2% ticket tax. Disneyland visitors won't see a new 2% ticket tax added to their admission charge after the Anaheim City Council rejected a proposal from Council member Jose Marino. Ooh, I don't like that guy all of a sudden. To put the matter up for a vote with Anaheim residents in November. Okay, it's just basically there's some background to it. It's not really important, I suppose. But anyways, there was, I guess, a suggestion to add the 2% sales tax that got rejected, and I'm glad that is the case. So, I'm not sure how that would have affected Magic Key holders, which you guys are.
No, my other son is. He's the only one in our family that.
Oh, I thought you had one.
No, I don't. No, I had planned on getting one, and then they pulled the rug out.
So wait a minute. So he's the only one that has one still? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He bought his almost a year ago and hasn't used it yet, so he's running out of time to use it before it expires.
He hasn't even entered the park with it?
No, hasn't.
Oh.
So I think he has until November to kick it off. And
Oh, that's an interesting scenario. How that's going to play out for him, because if he hasn't kicked it off yet.
Well, in theory, he has until November to start it, and then it's good for a year after that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It is.
So.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm glad that they got rid of that. My famous love for the government. I'm like, I'm glad they didn't let that happen, because enough with the taxes, man.
Oh yeah, enough with taxes. Enough of taxes. Okay, next news item is Main Street Electrical Parade. The limited time runs of the Main Street Electrical Parade and Disneyland Forever Fireworks end on September 1st.
They don't.
Well, for this year, anyways.
Okay.
So they are bringing to an end the 2022 summer season, making way for the start of Halloween time on September 2nd already. Disney says that next month is the last opportunity for visitors to enjoy food offerings and merchandise themed to the Main Street Electrical Parade's 50th anniversary. But that may not be entirely the case. While shops will certainly swap out the Electrical Parade cookies for the Halloween time replacements, large shipments of new Electrical Parade merchandise have been hitting the Disneyland Resort in recent weeks. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting. I mean, they always pull this thing out and bring it back in whenever they feel they need that nostalgia and people at the park.
I'm also going to say it's a level of laziness right now.
What?
Yeah. Like, come on. I mean, I'm not a parade guy. Everybody knows that, but can we get something new?
something new, like Paint the Night. I thought Paint the Night was incredible.
I don't remember it. Our resident parade expert is not here.
Oh, yeah, she would probably agree
Yeah.
with me. Well,
Yeah.
no, actually, she has something else she likes, but
I don't
I
know.
forget what it is.
I hear parade, and I'm like, boop.
Just tune out.
Light goes
tune
out,
out.
and I'm like, I don't even know what's
You
going
know.
on.
But so I think it did what it needed it to do
Yep.
for this year, and I don't think that clearly it's not the last time we're seeing this
No.
thing.
No.
Give it a couple years, and then we'll bring it back.
Bring it right back.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Next news item. I guess it's the last news item we have is Tiana's Bayou Adventure preview coming to D23
Good.
Expo in 2022. D23 just announced that Disney Parks will host the Wonderful World of Dreams pavilion at this year's Expo. The pavilion will have behind-the-scenes glimpses and several upcoming Disney Parks experiences, including Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The new attraction featuring Princess Tiana from The Princess and the Frog will replace Splash Mountain. That's the first I heard of that. At both Walt Disney World and Disney World and Disneyland 2024. The story of the ride is that Tiana with Naveen and Lewis sets off on a journey to host a unique Mardi Gras party. Guests will be active participants in the ride and will end with ultimate Mardi Gras party.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I mean, what did I say before? I think last episode when give me a new story. I didn't want to replay of
Yeah.
the movie already, and good.
Yep.
Makes me happy.
It's a whole new adventure.
Yeah. Exactly
Yes.
what I wanted.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Disney.
Thank you, Disney. So that's actually the last of the news, but I do want to segue that way because we ended it with D23 Expo coming up in September. I guess that's next a month from now, basically, because August 1st is tomorrow. If you can't believe it, that's what's going on. So what do you guys pay too much any of this to like the D23 stuff or?
I don't. I just kind of pick up little bits of it on social media as it comes out, but
Okay.
I don't preview it too much.
Okay, well, there's a parks panel there where typically they reveal what their plans are for the upcoming, well, not only the coming year, but the upcoming 4 or 5 years of what's going to happen. And usually Walt Disney World gets the lion's share of it, and I'm sure they'll get a lot of it this year. But what do you think? What would you guys like to hear in regards to Disneyland coming up in the next, I would say, three to 4 years?
I mean, I've heard that the People Mover's coming back. I'm not too sure about that, but a little curious about that.
Yes.
We haven't. We've talked about that.
Its last run was before you were born, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I would like to hear any Tomorrowland news.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would you? Okay, let me ask you this then. So let's say People Mover comes back. Is that enough for you?
No.
For Tomorrowland.
No.
Okay. What? Okay. Then why don't you tell me what you would like to hear?
Well,
Curious about this.
My personal views are probably not what most people would like to see, but I want it completely revamped. But I would like to see them, because Walt's original idea of always keeping on top of it and changing with the times, I don't think is realistic, because I don't think they'll keep updating it with the times. And so I would like to see them go to a retro future, kind of back to a 1955 idea of the future, and go with sort of that sort of theming, because that's something that they don't have to keep up. It's always kind of, it's going to stay. It's already a capsule in time.
A capsule. So 1955 would have been like more space age type stuff.
Yeah, that
Okay.
atomic,
Yes.
age,
Yeah.
kind of idea. And of course, they're going to do like a modern take on that, but it's not going to be strictly like it was in '55. But that's just that. That's kind of where my.
Okay.
That's kind of the point in time where I'm stuck mentally anyway. So, so it works out.
Okay.
Well, the Carousel of Progress too is like useless. They don't do anything with that, so that's just kind of
Yeah.
They got to do something with that or tear it
With-
down
with that
or-
building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
So
just-
The rumor.
the rumors that they are tearing that down.
yeah, I've heard that.
And they're going to put like seating for Tomorrowland Terrace and Alien Pizza Pizza
Yeah,
Planet.
no.
Of course, my big thing about that is you don't need that much space for Pizza Planet. No,
Yeah.
who's going there?
No.
Pizza Planet's empty as it is. They
Yeah.
don't need more empty space.
No,
there.
they don't. And like besides, they have a ton of space right up by the walkway up to Space Mountain.
Yeah, and then when you're going up there, how often do you look down and There ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
Like, why do we need more? You don't need more. You don't
Us.
need more. Yeah.
In fact, we were looking for a quiet place to record, and we actually did record there.
Yeah.
Because there's like no one back
Nobody
there.
here. Yeah.
Right.
But that building though is actually tied into somewhat of the People Mover track.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
But going back to your 1955 thing, you just like the architecture, or is there anything specifically you'd like them to add as far as like?
Well, just like the overall aesthetic of it, I would like to see kind of a retro style to it.
Yeah.
Neon light and that kind of like Les Baxter orchestra kind of sound to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be an obscure reference. But
No, I got you on that.
Yeah.
I got you on that.
But yeah, just that very like just to give it a retro feel all around.
And when you say like the neon light, you mean like around what they have for like a Starcade right now, and that kind of with the Mickey going in sequence?
Yeah, but that's kind of more 70s, isn't it? Like,
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kind of just more like more 50s.
Okay.
Kind of neon.
You know, you bringing that up is one of the, I think, what makes Tomorrowland such a difficult area to deal with. Okay, because I think if they did do that, that has a very limited shelf life also. Because if you go to the retro, how long before people are like, the retro aspect of it will go away. People like retro right now. It's in, I mean, Jess, if you go to Jess's apartment, the girl is retro queen. Cool. I appreciate it. But then you go to the other end, like, for me, like you're talking about, they can't keep up updating, right? How far ahead? And I've always said you got to go 30, 40 years ahead to maybe give you enough buffer.
Right.
So that's why Tomorrowland is such an interesting and difficult thing. And I guess you can kind of figure out why they have taken so long to actually do something, or if we even get that, to do anything with that area, other than just try to throw something on the wall. Like, I guess that's cool for now. Well, hopefully that sticks for 10 years, and then we don't have to worry about it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope I'm of the opposite. You know, I'm like, go forward.
Yeah, but I think he might be saying that he wants that land to be like, this is our version of what the future is, even how kitschy it might be.
No, and I get that, and I totally get that.
The
but
kitchier, the better.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
but again, the thing is, for me, even that has a shelf life.
Well, okay, but look,
Yeah, for most people. I've been stuck in that time. I mean,
Yeah.
you should have seen me in high school. I had a 7-inch pompadour. It was beautiful.
you?
Yeah. Can't grow that hair anymore.
okay, but like, Adventureland hasn't evolved since 1955. I mean, they've added one attraction.
Okay, but you got
No, sorry, two. But the treehouse, I suppose. But
you
it
gotta look
looks
at-
the same.
No, but you got to look at what the heart of it is. Okay.
Yes.
Adventureland is a wide open thing. Okay, when you go out there, you're out in adventure. I mean, you go anywhere, African safari, the jungle, blah blah.
Yes.
That millennia is still the same. The adventure is still the same. When
Yeah.
you're talking about Tomorrowland, it becomes a different entity because you're looking into the future. You don't know what humanity, that has to do directly with humanity and what we're doing in the future. Adventureland, Frontierland, that has to do with, especially Adventureland, that is nature.
Nature.
That is there.
Yes.
That ain't changing.
But
You see
the
where it's a
land,
little
the land
different?
as a whole, though, still has Adventureland has kind of that 1920s, 1930s feel aesthetic to it. So it's
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but my point is, if we're really going to go out to a backwater area.
We are going there. What do you mean? What if we are?
I mean, in for real life, we're like in IRL here.
Yeah.
Then you're going to run into that. I don't know how many places you've been across. I mean, you just got back from Banff, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the jungles of Africa either.
No, it wasn't.
So you look at that. I'm saying, even though you're right that you were looking at a 1920, 30 aesthetic, that really hasn't changed that much either. That's just my point. Like, when you're talking about Adventureland or Frontierland, you're speaking to another time, but that hasn't really evolved. Tomorrowland is a different animal because we're talking about evolution. We're talking about moving. We're talking about humanity moving forward. So for me, that's why I go, if you go back to that, well, I like the aesthetic. I love that too. To me, I'm like, you're going against what the land is. The land is Tomorrowland, not like what we thought Tomorrowland was. So that's just my point. Like Tomorrowland for me, like I hold on to that because I want to fall in love with Tomorrowland again, like I was when I was a little kid, because you had that sense of this what could be coming. So
Okay.
that's why.
I like
It's a little
that.
bit
I
different
like
now.
that idea if they're going to keep on top of it.
Well,
and,
yeah,
and
and
change with the
and they have
times.
failed
Yeah.
miserably.
Yeah.
So I get your point. So I see your point completely. I'm like, okay, I totally can. If they went there, well, I'd be like, would I be mad at it? No, I'd probably think it's pretty cool because I'm not far from you on that. I love that look and that feel because it throws me back to me being a kid, and that is what I grew up with and that whole vibe. But again, to me, I see Tomorrowland as moving forward, things we haven't seen. So that's why.
Well, what do you take out of there, and what do you keep from Tomorrowland?
Concrete. Take lots of concrete out of there.
Sure.
Because I think that's the main reason they haven't done anything with it is there's just so much concrete. It's like, what do you do with all that without major reconstruction?
Yep.
Okay. So concrete, but I mean, so are we taking out Buzz Lightyear from there?
Blow it up.
Not
No way.
necessarily.
Blow it up.
Because my idea is more of a facelift for the land as a whole. You wouldn't have to necessarily change any of the attractions per se. More just the overall
Look and feel.
of the land itself.
Okay.
I mean, that being said, I wouldn't really particularly miss Buzz Lightyear or Star Tours.
Oh,
for
no,
that matter.
Star Tours can go because they've got Galaxy's Edge now. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Tours has to go. All right. Wouldn't you say, Woody?
Yeah. The time has come and gone.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there like a section of Batu where it's like a spaceport, anyways? Right? Why isn't Star
Isn't
Tours?
that what All About Two kind of is supposed to be?
Kind of like an
Oh,
outpost,
gosh.
but it's
Right.
That's one other thing.
I can't think of the name.
Talk about that. I mean, it's on the Outer Rim. Is that what you're trying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we can segue into that in a second about what that planet of that place is doing because they're having an identity crisis yet again, right? But that is their own doing.
Well, and then Star Tours, if I remember right, it's been a while since I've ridden it, but if I remember right, at the end you end up in Batu anyway. Now, right? Haven't they changed it into
No.
where you?
No. Not.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
don't?
not last time. I don't.
Well, he's been there recently. At least
But did you write it?
Last year.
yeah, we wrote it.
Yeah, don't you
And
end
did
up? Don't you end up in Batu?
Oh, I can't remember.
It they have like a few different stories you end
Yeah,
up
there's
with.
different ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
No matter what, there's some listeners right now yelling at the radios.
Yeah.
These idiots.
There will be.
Why are these guys talking about? They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, the last time I was on, we ended up at a Subway restaurant, so I didn't know what I was going on. I was like, oh, this is the wrong.
You just got mad it was in a Jack in the Box.
Yeah. No. So yeah, this Tomorrowland thing's very interesting. And we've been talking about it for a very, very long time. I'd be happy with the People Mover coming back as long as they do it justice. And that may not need any sort of IP to it. That might just be its own, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got enough of a legacy on its own.
Sure. Yeah, and if they bring it back, I don't want to see any updated cars. I want the old colors. I want the old shapes and just
Those bright primary colors. and-
Autopia is that you guys are talking about?
No, People Mover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
yeah. So, but see, like some of the stuff that's full of mystery and wonder, even now, I mean, because I've been on it many times, People Mover, but is when it goes around the Autopia and intersects with like the monorail. But there's talk about that not even being part of this refurbishment. It's just going through the buildings and whatnot. And it's like, is that what I want? I don't
They've
know.
still got the whole track up all around the monorail and
But it's not
stuff,
the whole
so, I
track,
mean,
right?
it's-
Because
No.
I heard some talk about it, that there were some issues with whether they could build new, like how much they can
Yeah.
rebuild because of permitting and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
stuff.
There'll
it's-
always be that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, California.
Thank you, California.
Yep.
Yes. That's just, yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see what they do with this whole thing, because I kind of whatever they do, it's going to have to be in phases. Because I can't imagine them shutting down Tomorrowland for 12 months, or like 2 years, like what they're doing with Toontown for 12 months. Because that's too much. That's way too important to have like Space Mountain shuttered for that long. But we shall see. What else from anything else from D23? You guys want to? Do you think you might hear about?
Nope.
No.
Wishful thinking. I'd like to hear that they're doing something building onto Frontierland, but that's simply not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to hear about Toontown updates. I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get some Downtown Disney news. Although I don't know if that's part of the parks division or not. I'm not sure what that category the Downtown.
Oh, there's no doubt there'll be some Downtown Disney news.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe there will be. Yeah.
I think definitely this Tiana's, what's it called? Splash. What is the new one called? Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to call her Splashdown, but yes, I'm sure we're going to hear about that. I think we will hear about People Mover stuff. However it is, I don't know. Maybe I should just be grateful and count my blessings that we're getting something back. But I don't want it I want it done nice and not some crazy thing. What else do I think we're going to hear from that? Gosh, there's something else. Disneyland. As far as parks, I think we're going to hear something about Avengers Campus e-ticket. I think that might be announced or at least discussed.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You got to do something with that.
Well,
We'll go ahead.
Well, no, I agree with Jack that the park they did the same thing they kind of did with Galaxy's Edge. They went a little too quick. They have whatever plan the phase rollout could have been better. They need the bigger things at the beginning. That is the way I feel. I mean, as much as I love Smuggler's Run, imagine how much better it would have been with Rise opening, or having it all at the same time.
A full-on restaurant, right?
Yeah, something. I mean, the restaurant. Okay, I'll put it this way: if we would have gotten Smugglers with a restaurant and a show thing, then it would be okay, all right. But we didn't do that. We got Smugglers and the rest of the land, which is cool, but we didn't. We're missing Rise, and we're missing, and I said it before, there's still a component missing from Galaxy's Edge, which I think is a sit-down, full-on restaurant where you can really immerse yourself in that land more. I don't know. I think that needs to happen. So I don't think we're going to get it, but I think with Avengers Campus, that is definitely sorely needed, where something bigger has to be put out there.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the topics we're going to have in the future was Avengers Campus versus Galaxy's Edge. Who's actually winning this?
Oh,
you would think it would be Galaxy's Edge, but
that would be a really short show.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think right now Marvel has a little more upside than Star Wars.
Well, if we go into the IP, yeah. If we go into the land, no.
Well, no, it's a much better land, for sure.
Yeah.
In terms of everything, but
Down the road?
down the road.
Yeah, both of them aren't looking too good right now down the road.
Okay. Well, see, that's why I want to explore and unpack.
Yeah, we can argue which one looks better out of the worst, or which one is less worse. Is there a double negative way we can do it?
Which one is less worse?
Yeah.
Less worse.
I could spend all day in Galaxy's Edge, and then I could be in Avengers Campus for 10 minutes.
Really? Like I'm out, right?
Yeah.
See, no, I'm with you 100% on that.
There's not a
Like
whole
you're-
lot to do there.
Yeah.
It's,
You go to the Sanctorum at night, okay? I have wonderful pictures of the Sanctorum at night. Beautiful, the way they light it and everything. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the old, you go to Guardians, love it, and then I'm like,
Well, then there's that.
I'm out.
No, there's that Circuit City, Circuit City looking building, which is Web Slingers, right?
Yeah, oh my God.
Circuit City.
Doesn't look like
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a throwback for
I know.
for some of the
Yeah.
older listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over at the Good Guys.
Good guys, that's the one.
Yes,
Oh,
good
Lord.
guys. All right, I'm dating myself here. So
Yeah, we're all like, oh, yeah. Jack's over there going, what are you
guys
talking
talking
about?
I have no idea.
so you say you can spend your what is your favorite part about Galaxy's Edge? You
Oh,
said-
Rise. I mean,
Rise?
that's- yeah.
How about the food? Do you have any of the food there?
I actually don't think we stopped for food last time we were there.
Yeah, we really didn't.
But I know there's good stuff there.
There is because
Oh, yeah.
Udi likes it was a pot roast,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ronto wraps are super good.
Yep.
Did you guys build a lightsaber? What do you guys
Yeah,
do? What
yeah.
You guys did?
It was my older son. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But I went in with him, and yeah, we're determined every trip now we're building a lightsaber.
Oh, are you gonna get one?
I'm thinking about it. I probably will. I mean,
probably
it's-
will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got one
does your
more.
wife have one?
no.
Is she
she's-
into that at all?
No, she's she puts up with Star Wars.
Okay. Okay.
And then my older son is more. He's the biggest Star Wars nerd in the family. And
Okay.
then I'm close second.
Close second.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Understood.
I'm more tenured in the Star Wars universe than he is, but he's he spends more time with it.
More nerdy about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Right on. So, did you want to say something? Okay. So D23. I hope another thing they talk about is, and hopefully even before this, is the Magic Key program. Now you're holding off for a better deal or a better option.
It was my understanding there's nothing available right now.
Right, but if there wasn't right now, would you go and get one, do you think?
Oh, I would probably. I mean, depending on what the offerings were, but I would probably try for something. Well, right now, no.
Okay.
next visit, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, before next visit.
What would make it appealing to you? Because I've been holding off for something. You know, I kind of want another offer.
Well, yeah. For one, I don't think it. Well, I don't know. Maybe it works well for Disney, but I don't think it works well for the population. The reservation system, I don't think works well with the annual passes. I think if people have a pass, they want to be able to use it when they can use it.
Right.
You know, and they've always had blackout dates, and that's fine. I mean, I'd rather pay less for a pass that has blackout dates. That's fine. But people have a pass, they want to be able to use it. You know,
Sure.
when they want to use it. So I don't think those work well together.
So taking out reservation dates would be a key for you.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably still buy a pass just because I'll kind of take what I can get. But if someone from Disney happened to be listening to this and is open to suggestions,
Yes.
then yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying is very common right now amongst people who have had them, who are kind of on the fence right now. Is the reservation system, generally speaking, sucks.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it happened to work with the Flex Pass for us, or at least for me. I thought that was great.
For me too, yeah.
Well, I think it sucks too because like locals, I think are loading up on dates that they're not even going to use because there's not enough of a disciplinary action for if you don't use them. Or I've even heard locals say that they'll reserve a day, and then when that day comes, if they can't spend time at the park, they'll just go check in, walk through the gate and then walk right back out.
Yeah.
And so, and those are days that are that they could have people.
Yeah.
So that's just one aspect of what I
Sure.
think doesn't work with the system.
Yep. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, the reservation system is got to go. I think the necessitation or the reasons why they put it into place are.
And why do you think they put it in place?
Well, I think they're trying to control people coming in and coming out, but I think it's now come from when you put it into. I'll put it this way: it makes more sense to give it to the everyday park goer than the AP. The AP holder, they know we're going to come. Okay, they know we're coming.
Right.
So why do you need to regulate when we're coming? We're coming. Okay, the people who aren't AP holders are the ones like when you come in, like that is a better tell. There's going to be the vast majority. So they want to control people, control them. Control them. Mm-hmm. Tell them like if you want to come in, but that would be the only thing that I would think that may work. But at the end of the day, it's all bad. That nobody wants that control. Nobody enjoys having to deal with that extra hurdle or two to just go have fun. Who wants
Yeah.
to do that? It's like, well, hey, you want to go do X, Y, Z? I'm like, okay, but first sign here, do this, do that. I'm like, who? Nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
You want to go? They want to have a good time. Here, take my money.
Yeah.
Take my thousands of dollars if you're a big family. You know what I mean? So yeah, the reservation system needs to go away. The rationale for it is, I don't think is sound anymore.
No.
Right? It was barely sound before, and I mean, coming off of COVID, it made a little bit more sense because
Right.
they had to keep the occupancy down.
Right.
Okay, I kind of get that, but now again,
That's over. Yeah.
we're over.
Yeah.
It's over that. Yeah.
And even though they're trying to bring it back,
No, monkeypox.
no, don't even get me going on that.
Oh, okay. No? Oh. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, don't get me going on that.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting to see what's going to happen over here at D23. It just so happens that the randomizer is showing up at this particular moment. I didn't ask
good.
for it, but it's here. So Jack gets to play here too, and this is a great one. This
All
is
right. actually
a wonderful one. This you've got three, well, at least two heavy hitters and one.
Well, why don't you explain what we're doing?
The randomizer is we have every attraction listed in both parks in a big random generator. The top three, or we're going to talk about them. They get reshuffled randomly, hence the randomizer. The top three, you get to keep one, you get to remove one, and you get to improve one.
You have to. You don't get to.
You have to. As Udi says, the randomizer demands that you
Yep.
remove one forever.
It needs its offering.
It demands that you keep one as it is, and it also wants you to enhance one. But you have to explain what you're going to do with the
Okay.
enhancement. And there's no wrong answers or right answers. It's just funny because sometimes we get out of hand. Sometimes we always agree, then we have to do another one because it's boring. So it's always funny. So the top three, and now we're going to have some issues here already. Too bad Jess is not here because this would be incredible for her. Top three are Radiator Springs Racers, the Haunted Mansion, and Storybook Land Canal Boats.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
One more time.
Radiator Springs Racers, the Haunted Mansion. What's that? And Storybook Land Canal Boats. One must be gone forever. One must remain as it is, and one must be improved upon.
Boy, am I glad Jess isn't here.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say Storybook has to go. Between those three, I know that's really...
Good thing Jess isn't here.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty sad, I know, but it's like I haven't ridden it in forever. I mean, it's... And I mean, Haunted Mansion is a staple. You can't get rid of that.
Jack comes out of the gate swinging.
Okay, so Jack's saying just bulldoze Storybook Land, put a Starbucks there, whatever it is you're gonna do.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, Jack in the Box. Fill in the canals with dirt and put a bench there and call it good. And you're gonna keep Haunted Mansion as it is.
Yeah.
And then what are you doing to Radiator Springs Racers?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's already like one of my favorites. I
But,
don't know if you can-
but you have to improve upon it.
Yeah.
Great.
Geez, I guess make it faster.
Oh my.
Faster.
I mean, what do you go, like 30 miles an hour?
I-
I think that's like the top speed of it. So if you look
Something
it up,
like
it's like
that,
30
yeah.
or 35 miles.
Feels
an
faster,
And
but
it
yeah.
feels really fast, but once you think about it, it's like, man, it's... Yeah, I guess that's probably about it. I don't know what else to improve on it, but...
Make
Wow.
it faster, huh?
Wow.
Well, he just came out of the shot. He just came like right out of the gun with that. Okay, the rest of us are kind of going, what do we do
Yeah,
here?
yeah. We all got to sit and think about it.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Udi used these quick to the answer, but you're not...
No,
So-
he jumped in. I let him go.
Okay, but do you have an answer? Because I don't necessarily have...
Yep.
Oh, okay, what is... Well, actually, Marcus, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
Sure.
So I'm going to agree with Jack, and we're going to get rid of the Storybook Canal boats.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. I would keep Radiator Springs. I think it's perfect as is.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mansion. Actually, this one's come up before when I was on the show.
Do you want to do a different attraction? Do you want you want the randomizer to generate something else? Because the Haunted Mansion has come up with you before.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to trip everybody else up, but
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, because I don't want to fall back on the same answer that I had last time. 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Let's just do it again.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. The Haunted Mansion, we got to get rid of the Haunted Mansion anyways.
Oh yeah.
That's all DCA. Hold on for a second. Give me a second. We got Goofy Sky School, Space Mountain, and Frontierland Shooting Exposition.
Oh, man.
My. Okay.
She was happy you asked for that.
Wow.
Can we go back?
You want to go back?
We,
No, we're
we
fine,
can
we're
go
fine.
back.
Well, no, hold on. Did you had an answer for that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll hear your answer, and then we're going to regenerate.
Okay. So radiator.
What?
You can. Okay.
He's making for people on the podcast. He's making this hand gesture, which I don't know what it means. Get rid of it.
His hand gesture seems to imply that we know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's
we-
going to
but-
be you want to go faster and you want to go higher. So what I mean by faster and higher in radiator springs, you're right. We need to go quicker.
Yeah.
But I want higher banking turns, and I want to
Higher banking. They're like almost like 45 degrees. You want to go?
So you just want NASCAR.
Right on the wall.
You want some loop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that. I want a couple spots where you actually get really close to each other, like enough where you can actually almost tap the other car.
Yeah.
'Cause that would be cool.
Even better is if you crisscross.
Oh,
That would be even better.
Yeah, like a crazy 8-track or something.
Then
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Oh my
I want a point in time where you could actually do a hard bank turn, like where you're almost skating, like drifting.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Ooh,
So
drifting.
because if we all remember the reason why Lightning could win the race was because he learned how to drift,
Oh,
basically,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Learn to turn left when we wanted to go right.
Exactly. So incorporate that one. Just like bank the car. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
That'd be a cool
Okay.
little drift. Then yeah, storybook. Make it bigger. No, I'm kidding. Blow it up. And then yeah, Haunted Mansion. I've got improvements for Haunted Mansion, but we can leave it there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to actually. I got rid of the other one because that.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of the shooting range. That's all Frontierland has to offer. That and Big Thunder.
We got it.
Rancho.
Yeah.
Well, and the Mark Twain goes there.
Rancho del Zocalo.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, we actually do that for restaurants too. The randomizer for restaurants.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
It'd be crazy, huh?
that may not be a bad one.
Oh, I might do that.
Oh boy.
I'll go crazy. Okay, now anyway, so the randomizer has spit out 3 classic attractions here. Well, one of them is classic. The other, well, actually, no. Well, anyways, I'm going to shut up.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Incredicoaster.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so one we got to get rid of, one we have to improve, and one has to just remain as it is.
Oh, okay.
All right, Marcus, you want to lead us off here?
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna keep Pirates as is. Mm-hmm. Not change a thing there.
Oh.
Well, I can't say I wouldn't change a thing,
Change
but
some stuff back to the
yeah.
original.
yeah. But for sake of this discussion, I will leave Pirates as is.
Okay.
And then we've got, I'm sorry, is Mr. Toad and what was the third one?
Incredicoaster?
Oh, man. I guess. I hate to say this, and I hope. No. You know what? No, I'm going to get rid of the Incredicoaster because
Okay.
it's not iconic and it can go.
It's so much fun, though.
It's so much fun, but you can just build something else there that's just as fun, and I don't feel any emotional attachment to it. So,
I can see that.
and then, but now I got to change Toad. I would like to see real drinks as you pass through the bar. I'd like to have. I would like to have. What's his name? Smiley or whatever his name. What's the guy's name? The
What is that
bartender?
guy's name? Jess would know.
Yeah, I would like him to hand me an actual pint.
A pint? Yes. Okay. Okay.
That's it. Well, just give me a drink. I'm happy.
Okay. Jack, you want to tackle that one?
I mean, I have no idea. I guess I'd keep Pirates the way it is because it's just, it's perfect. And then, man, yeah, those two are hard to, I don't know what I'd do with those.
You can't bring it. You're thinking it, but you can't bring yourself to say it.
I can't. He knows what I'm about to say, but because I was telling him the other day that the dark rides to me are just not a waste of space, but it's.
Oof.
If I had to go and not ride Mr. Toad's, I wouldn't be too upset.
Well, yeah.
But if they got rid of it, would you be upset?
Probably.
Yeah.
But if they got rid of the Incredicoaster, I'd be upset too.
But again, to me, Mr. Toads is a lot like what Marcus was saying about the submarines. I don't necessarily need to go on it, but I do need it to be functioning. And,
Right.
Just
and
knowing that it's
available.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's classic and iconic.
Yeah.
You know, the Incredicoaster is not classic. It's great and all, but it's not classic.
Right.
Not yet.
No,
it
not
will
yet.
be. Give it time, it will be. But
Well, I mean, they would have changed the name of it, so it can't be that classic. Of a
true.
thing.
Yeah, they repainted it red and changed the name, and that's about it.
Is it red now?
What was it? Orange or red?
I don't know.
I don't remember what it is. I thought it was white and something. White and red, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Think about that.
Incredibles.
In
colors, whatever,
Incredibles,
you
yeah.
know.
Okay.
They added some cardboard cutouts and
Oh yeah, on the cheap for sure. Yeah, I have to keep Pirates. I have to get rid of Incredicoaster and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. How would I make that even better than it is? Cooler than it is.
A more realistic
or
hell scene.
More realistic.
There you go.
Add real burning bodies in there.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Heat coming down.
the smell of flesh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe some.
Maybe keep Toad and then change Pirates and just change it right back to the way it used to be.
There you go. How about
Yeah,
How about
all the-
let's keep Toad and then just revert Pirates to the back how it used to be.
Minus the politically correct stuff. And is
Yeah.
that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Just no one wanted to say it.
Bring the redhead back.
Oh no, Udi will say it.
Oh, that's
bring the redhead back. Have the pirates chasing the women.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, even my mom,
What?
when we went, that scene came along, and she just laughed at it. She's like, that is so fake. That would never really happen in the real world. I'm like, thank you, Mom.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yep.
Do we get rid of Johnny Depp then? From there?
No.
Sure.
No, I mean...
I can take it or leave it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's-
Well, okay, that becomes a complicated issue because of what he did for the IP.
Yeah.
I think he earned it. I think he earned his place.
Yeah, I'm fine with him being in
Sure.
there. And they did it in such a way that it wasn't imposing on.
Correct.
Are they going to take him out now that he's not doing
No.
No,
No,
Jack
he's
Sparrow
fine.
anymore? Is
No,
that
he's probably going to get it back.
Isn't he doing Jack Sparrow
I
again?
think he might.
Yeah.
he said he wouldn't, but
I mean, he is Jack Sparrow. You can't really
Yeah, no, you
replace
can't.
him.
You can't.
That's
No.
Okay, going on a tangent real quick, which I will. I'll enjoy
What,
this.
you?
Yeah,
What?
I do enjoy it.
Everyone at
The-
home, please take a shot. Okay.
The biggest mistake was Disney pulling that trigger way too quick on Johnny Depp with
Yep.
the whole biggest mistake.
Pulling the trigger.
I'm going. We got to cut you
On the
out.
Me
Blah
Too
blah blah.
thing.
On the Me Too.
Yeah, yep.
That has always been the thing, and that has been my biggest critique for a very, 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 very long time now. Is these companies, and Disney is not immune of them going, oh, even an inkling
Yep.
of mispropriety is like cause, and you're like, dude, but what if it's not real? What if it's fake? Like, why wouldn't you, like, if he's proven to be guilty, then throw the book at him. I'm all good, but let him go through the freaking process and then get rid of him.
Yep.
Did they do that with the guy with the Guardians of the Galaxy as well?
Yeah, they let him back in.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they brought him back.
But did they jump the gun on that guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you can argue that one. That one has to be a little bit different because that one, there was no
It dealt with
no.
other things, right?
The legality behind it
Okay.
was what it is because of
Is it James Gunn?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what he got accused of,
it was
or
like 15-year-old tweets of him saying
yeah,
stuff.
and you can really look at it and like there was no maybe bad taste, definitely.
I don't even know what the context was.
It had to do with minor, and I'm not going to go into it
Oh,
because,
yeah, that's probably stuff you shouldn't be messing around
Yeah, so it had to do with a party and kind
Oh,
of the
boy.
theme, and
Great.
it was something that most average people looking like that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't want to hear anything about that.
but at the end of the day, is it illegal? No. Poor taste and kind of gross. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and old. It
Yeah,
was-
and ancient, and then for me, I'm always like, you give people that redemption. You know, you give them the opportunity to do better. And so Johnny Depp, in my mind, while not the best human individual, neither is Amber Heard, and you give them the opportunity to be like, I can do better. Okay, cool. Here is your chance. Don't blow it because then we'll freaking pull that ripcord, and you're out of here. So, yeah. They screwed that up, and because you cannot have pirates without Johnny Depp. You just cannot. They did that. Disney did that. Disney made that character the franchise.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And as much as they tried to add other elements of it, you take him out, it crumbles. It's gone.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, so then.
So here's mine.
That was yours.
I haven't even gone to my
Okay,
right.
yours.
So I'm gonna go against the grain here. Yeah, Mr. Toad, peace out.
Ooh. It's gonna be empty.
Yeah, gone. I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, so you're just gonna shutter it.
Oh yeah, shut it.
Okay.
Or make it. Didn't we? Like you could make Alice longer.
You could make Alice longer.
There you go. Just add more for the people who are on shrooms to get off.
Is it connected to Peter
show
Pan too?
I think of that whole corner. Yeah, that whole show
Yeah,
building.
I'd be fine with that. Get rid of it, make Peter Pan longer.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, well,
So there is room. You
Yeah.
maintain. You maintain. Even though I like the story of it, but yeah. So then, what was the other ones?
Incredicoaster and Pirates.
Okay, so Pirates, leave her be. I think for many, many, many reasons. The two main ones are one, it is pretty freaking good the way it is.
Yep.
Two, Walt, last one he worked on. That alone should be enough. And then Incredicoaster, I only want one thing for that one. Add a corkscrew, and then I'm happy.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't know why. I just
A
Add one.
corkscrew?
Yeah, you come do me my loop-de-loop, come right out, shoot me out, and then corkscrew. Or you could do it right off the hop. You hit your 60 mile an hour before you go up. As you're going up, do a corkscrew into that, and then drop in.
Okay.
At the beginning or the end. Probably be at the beginning because you're going to have more momentum at that point. But there you go. You add that in there. Ho, you can't tell me people weren't going to be blowing their head off. Woo! It's going to be crazy. But anyway, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was the randomizer then. Excellent. Good discussion. Good lively discussion. Well, with that, course 101 is dark tonight since she's not here. So we're going to move on to our feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
All right. So as we talked about before at the beginning of the show, we have Marcus here. He wants to talk about his Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Yes, and this is a complicated story, or no?
The thing is, you asked for people's Mount Rushmore on the last episode, and I thought about just texting you my 4 favorite rides, but I decided to take a little more in-depth view of it. So you want me to just go ahead and take off?
I want you to go do what you need to do.
So I decided rather than, and this is why I also wanted to be on the show, because I wanted to have a discussion and get your input as we go. So I decided rather than look at Mount Rushmore as just my 4 favorite attractions or even the 4 most important, I looked at why the 4 presidents were chosen for Mount Rushmore and then took a similar approach.
You're so extra.
Oh, well, this is exactly why we have Marcus on here. Okay, let's do it.
I'm very good at one thing, that's overthinking things.
Okay.
So I took from I'll go each one. This is from the National Parks website. I'll give you a brief discussion of why each president was chosen and then how that affects my choice for the attraction.
Okay.
And I went in a similar, what's the word for timeline?
Chronological?
Thank you.
Chronological, yeah.
A similar chronological order, because he went first president, third president, then 26th, and then 16th. So I went kind of similar, go old, jump forward, come back. So the 4 presidents that were carved in Mount Rushmore were selected by the artist Gutzon Borglum, as everybody knows.
Yes.
And also, he didn't choose the most recent president, and so keeping with that theme, Rise of the Resistance will not be on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay.
So off the bat, first one we have is George Washington, who was, of course, the first president of the United States. So again, this is from the National Park website. George Washington was chosen because he was the first president, laid the foundation for American democracy. Because of his importance, Borglum chose Washington to be the most prominent feature on the mountain and represent the birth of the United States. So I thought, for this, I would have to pick something iconic from opening day.
Yes.
Would only be appropriate.
Yes.
So what would be the most appropriate symbol of the park, which I think is already, and I don't know, maybe some people would say this isn't an attraction per se, but
The castle.
I'm going to go with the castle for this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think it gets any more iconic than that for Disneyland,
No, and the-
even for the company as a whole.
correct. Yeah, I mean, you think about that castle outline everywhere,
Yep.
And-
Every
and-
film and
and you see it and you know
yep.
without
Yep.
a doubt.
Yep. You're right. And it's that particular castle too. I mean, it's the
Right.
smallest of any of them, but it probably is the most
The
iconic.
most iconic, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's a good answer.
there are few things that are going to be as iconic. I mean, it is up there with Mickey.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really, really look at it, I mean, some people it may be a little bit more low key because everybody knows the ears, but when you really, really think about it,
I
Yeah.
would say it's a very close second to
Yeah.
very close second to Mickey.
yep.
Okay.
So. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Stop looking over my shoulder.
You don't want me to see him?
So then for the second president was Thomas Jefferson, who was the third president of the United States. So the reason that Borglum chose Jefferson was, in addition to being one of the founders of the country and writing the Declaration of Independence, he also purchased, this is his time as president, he purchased the Louisiana Territory from France in 1803, which doubled the size of the country. And so he was chosen to represent the growth of the United States. So I thought so this would be something close to the beginning, but not opening day, but that would represent the growth of the park. And so I thought of the 1959 expansion, which Walt referred to as the second opening of Disneyland.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
And so, of course, there were several iconic things that came about on that day or at that time. But I would say, at least to my mind, the most iconic of the three and the biggest impact on the park would be the Matterhorn.
Yes. Absolutely no complaints here.
No,
from me.
I figured you'd be okay with that.
I'm so stoked with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely good answer.
So we've got the castle, we've got the Matterhorn. Then we jump forward a little bit. So we've got Theodore Roosevelt, 26th president. And he was chosen because of he negotiated the Panama Canal, was known as a trust buster for his work to end large corporate monopolies and ensure the rights of the common working man. Borglum chose Roosevelt to represent the development of the United States. So I thought of something or a time when the park was expanding and developing in new ways, marching forward, and new technology. And so the person that came to mind would be Tony Baxter and the impact that he had on the park. I think a tremendous impact on the park. Side note, we had the great honor of meeting him.
Oh, where's that?
In DCA.
Over by, was it
Was
Luigi's
what's
Tire Shop, or was it?
Yeah.
That was when that was.
Yeah, over by Luigi. He
still
was
there.
Yeah, he was like standing there watching his granddaughter ride
flying
the
riders.
ride. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
cool.
Stopped and took a picture with him and thanked him for his.
Was he nice? and everything?
Oh, couldn't have been nicer. He in fact his family like came off the ride and was starting to walk away, and he still stood there and talked to us for a few minutes. And yeah,
Nice.
Just could
Very
not have been
cool.
nice.
Oh
They
my-
say not to meet your idols, but once in a while you do in there. What you would hope they would be.
Yeah, awesome.
But as far as his impact on the park, obviously he had a hand in a lot of really big things. But for development, I was thinking of something that came along that really set the bar quite high and in many ways has still not been touched since, and that would be Indiana Jones.
Oh, yep. Okay.
So as far as the technology of the ride itself, the interactive queue, I think is
Pretty much flawless.
it really is.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I mean, we a lot of people talk about it. Everybody knows. Well, a lot of people know that happens to be up on mine. That is on my Mount Rushmore for
Yeah.
different. I love that rationale. I really do. I mean,
Well, it would be on mine anyway, even if I were
Yeah.
if I were just picking my four favorite rides.
yeah, and because of all those factors, though, you think about it when it came out, the ride vehicle, how it interacts, the computer system behind that, how the whole attraction operates. I mean, and it took elements of dark ride and then live with the fire and,
Yes.
and then the variable speed. The other thing that I find very, very interesting about that is that it didn't get to exactly how he wanted it. You know, certain elements they couldn't make work.
Right.
And then, but it points to the visionary aspect of that ride and how much of a leap
Yeah.
it took. I mean,
Right. They had the original plans had the Jungle Cruise going through it.
yep.
Oh man, that
And incorporating minecart roller coaster from
Yeah.
Raiders
Yep.
of-
that would have
from,
been so cool.
what is the third one?
Then the other things were in the dark rooms actually had elements of things trying to fall on you when you're running,
Yeah.
like trying to get you that
Yeah.
creepy crawly. Like you get that creepy crawl, and it has to do more with the auditory, and you're kind of like you get the music, and then that makes you curl up. But to
Yeah.
actually have an element where you may actually feel different things on you, that would have been crazy, you know. Or the webbing. I think it has to do with that too, the webbing and actually feeling some kind of physical.
Like a fourth dimension, right?
Correct. I mean, because you get that with the blow darts, right? You have the little puffs of air, and we all know that there's nothing coming out but
Yeah.
raise your hand if you duck. You know,
Right.
we all
I
kind of go,
do. Yeah, I do.
oh, man. So you think about all of that, and, man, it is fantastic. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and to carry the metaphor further, you know, because a lot of people, when you talk about Theodore Roosevelt in modern times, people like to point out, you know, he was deeply flawed in a lot of ways. And so,
Aren't we all?
right. So this ride was not perfect. It wasn't exactly what
No.
they had anticipated, but it's the best you can get.
It is the best you can get. And well, I'm going to add this one more thing to that is that even though it wasn't the first one, as far as theming goes in the queue, I think it's the best. I still
Right.
think it's the best.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, when you think of everything, when everything is operating,
Yeah.
you think of all the little things you can do in there.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I get disappointed with how they pulled away from that and maintaining that, all the different little things. I mean, because
Yeah.
that needs to get restored 100%.
Yeah.
Because that is, I mean, sadly, though, this is the thing of criticism is they try to pull people through that queue too quick now.
Yeah.
Way too quick. I mean, I'm like running. I'm like, wait. Like there are elements in here that are cool. Like, why? I don't want to run by it. I don't want to run by it.
Yeah.
Well, Rise clearly patterned their queue after Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it had that flavor to it.
Yeah, I mean, you have the outdoor section with the waterfall, then you go into a cave, and then there's stuff. But it's not, to me, it's not, it's different. It's just different. And like I said, coming off, I've never said this on other shows before, is coming off of Indiana Jones, when you walk into the temple and the roof starts to open up and the Jungle Cruise is on your right, that
Oh, yeah.
is my favorite
yeah.
part of the park.
That
That whole part, like,
Yeah.
where the hell are we? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I try to bring that up because I'm usually with my daughters, and I always want to stop, and they're like, "No, we have to go do this." And I'm like, "No, guys, you don't understand."
Well, you know, and then going back, I mean, you can make that exact same argument for Rise coming off, because you think about it, when we're coming off the attraction,
Yeah.
we've been through an adventure, we've been through everything, and then we're coming out, we crash land, and we're like, okay, are we back where we were at? And then we kind of come dock out, and then we come back out into Batuu, and we're like, okay, we're here now.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
Has that the same exact feeling of the only thing they could have done better there is make it a little bit longer. That is the beauty of that exit of Indiana Jones, is because it gives that long
Right.
tunnel.
Yes.
And you kind of
It slowly builds
yeah, and
to
then,
that.
Then
Yeah.
you start, you know, like you're saying, it kind of break away, and you kind of
Yeah.
come out, and then you're like, oh, we're out here. If they would have elongated the exit for Rise, that would have paid off even.
Oh, for
better.
sure. Yeah. That's true. I never thought about
You would
that
have had
until
the
now.
same vibe coming off. Same one.
When Jack was too small to ride Indy, and you remember that?
Yeah, I would always go through the.
We'd go in the exit because we'd take turns with the older son.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so because he was tall enough to ride it, and poor Jack, he was so heartbroken when.
Oh, yeah.
But we would go in the exit and just like hang out in there, you know, just checking it out and stuff. And he was like, that was the biggest thing, was when he was finally tall enough to ride
Oh,
Indy,
man.
because he had seen, you know, just that part of it. He wanted so badly to go in there and see what was inside the temple and experience it. So
Probably my favorite ride, just because it had like so many years of build up of getting to ride it, and then finally when I got to ride it, it paid off because it's so great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was everything you hoped
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Moving along, the final president would be Abraham Lincoln, of course, the 16th president. Now, Lincoln, as we all know, was president during a time of turmoil for the nation, and his efforts to preserve the Union and abolish slavery was why he was chosen. It says Gutzon Borglum chose Lincoln to represent the preservation of the United States. So I thought of a time of turmoil when Walt died and the company was in shambles, or I shouldn't say in shambles, but they were scrambling a bit to try to figure out how to move forward.
For sure.
And I believe a big part of what held the park together was what was going on in the park at that time.
Yeah.
And if you think of, a lot of people will instantly think of Lincoln. You think of the presidents, first two are George Washington and Abraham Lincoln that come to people's minds. So Lincoln standing out as a lot of people's favorite. And I believe this attraction is something that also stands head and shoulders above a lot of other attractions as most people's favorite. And that would, of course, be Pirates.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know what else I can say about that.
Well, I mean, it came at the right time. It needed to come. And it's unfortunate it did because, Walt dies in December of 1966. This thing shows up in early 1967, and it changed everything. I mean, I know we talk about using the game changer a lot. I mean, that thing, it changed everything, and not only for Disneyland, but in what themed entertainment could be and should be. And we saw some of that with Rise now, but definitely Pirates was the first.
Yeah.
Because even now, a lot of it's lost on people. You guys don't understand how flippin' hard it was to come up with this, what they had to do to get this thing in there. And it just came it came when Disneyland, I guess, needed it most.
Yeah.
And the whole company. And it's still like, this is actually, that was even why it even started this whole conversation, because we talked about being like the crown jewel of the park, and maybe it isn't, but in a lot of ways,
for a lot of people, it is.
It is,
yeah.
And for even the reasons you're talking about, I mean, they were very much in disarray with what to do at that point. I mean, anybody would, but then they've got this thing sitting in there in the queue, and they go, well, let's see what happens. And
I mean, the point of, I think, Pirates that a lot of people should point to is that if we don't have Pirates, we don't have a lot of the things that we have now.
No, we don't.
We flat out don't. So the ability to really demonstrate what can be done in that kind of entertainment space had not really been shown. So for that to pop out and then come out, and then you think about the elements in that attraction, and then you start branching out to like, oh, hey, that's over here. That's over there too. Animatronic, I mean, go to Haunted. You just start migrating out to different ones, and you're like, hey, and then you can track back and go, well, then they built on that. Then they built on that. So, yeah, I mean, definitely without Walt's idea and his vision to get that attraction, even though it went through a few iterations, but what we got out of it is that the foundation of so many of what we got in the park. We've talked about it before. You go to Rise, and it is what makes Rise one of the most incredible things you can go on is how it is a call out to all the different technology.
Yep.
You go back and you go forward. And when you find something that can hit that kind of that point or that note that can pull everything together like that, right? I mean, that's why I think it resonated with Mark and myself and with so many people who love that park is like Jess wants nothing to do with Star Wars, but got off that and said that is the best attraction I've ever been on. Because I think people like us can look at that and then recognize what that pulled and how we can go back then and go look at that was Walt, and we can track that all the way over. So, yeah, I mean, Pirates definitely, for being what some people may consider low-key now attraction, is so fundamentally important to everything we've got.
Well, it was the first to. Before that, you had the dark rides where you're riding through a story, but you feel like you're riding through a book. You're riding through, and then with Pirates, it takes you completely into a world, puts you in the middle of this real world, and now that's what we've come to expect from, because everything after that was, that's why we have Indiana Jones is the way that it is, and that's why Rise is the way that it is. You can be drawn completely into this world, and there's no fantasy there. It's real.
It's real.
Everything around you is real.
Yes.
You can see it and smell it and touch it. Well, can't touch it, but
No. Not
they'll shoot
really.
you for that.
They'll definitely shoot you for that. But yeah, that's good answers, man. Very good answers. Then what? So, but this list, and I do appreciate how you came to those answers. That was very, very clever. But what would yours be if you weren't?
If it were just my 4 favorite attractions,
Yeah.
I would still have Pirates and Indiana Jones would be on there. I gotta say Rise, even though I feel like it. I feel like there should be more time for it to become classic, but but it's just instantly like
Just so amazing.
Yeah. So I got to put Rise on there. And then the 4th one's going to be a toss-up. There's a lot of things that could. I'd have to really. It really would kind of depend on the day that you ask me.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Splash Mountain, maybe. But I mean, the Jungle Cruise, Matterhorn, Peter Pan.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All of those are on mine as well. I mean,
just give me all of Disneyland.
Yeah.
I love it all.
Okay. Jack?
Right off the bat, I'd say Indiana Jones. Pirates is a classic. I'd say probably Matterhorn. And then the 4th one.
It's hard. The 4th one's hard.
I love Big Thunder, but I mean, I probably wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. But
Big Thunder is if you're on it when the fireworks are going off, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
No, I have never had that experience, but you were talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then Rise is great too. But
yeah, that 4th one's so hard to pick because that's when you realize you have to start ruling other ones out.
Yeah, I mean, how do you pick Rise over Mansion, or how do you pick Rise over Jungle Cruise? For me, I can't. So
yeah,
Rise was the last one I added on there because it's like I don't know what to say about that.
it's so immersive. It's crazy how.
Well, and like you said, like it incorporates multiple. You're in one vehicle the whole time, but it
and screened and animatronics. And there's a free drop in there, and
yeah, you're flying, you're rolling, you're everything.
Yep.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It literally has everything.
Yeah.
It really does. The only thing it could add is smell.
Or loop.
Well, no, but the element of the ride,
sure.
a drop, a movement, simulator, animatronic.
Right.
Trackless ride. You go home.
It's a walkthrough, a ride through.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. I just remember reading the descriptions like a year or so before it opened, and we couldn't figure it out. I mean, it's like, okay, it's a walkthrough. You have to get off a vehicle and explore something. How's that going to work?
Well, I was impatient because I knew we wouldn't be going for a while, so I watched the ride through, the Disney World ride through, probably a year before, whenever it was.
Okay.
And so I fully knew what to expect, but it's still, even watching the ride through, you can't get any kind of grasp of the emotion of it. The immersiveness of it.
And one thing that I'm happy that I will be able to say to my dying day is I went there opening day.
Yes.
I wrote it opening day.
Yes, we did.
Yep, we did.
That was,
Yep.
And I will forever envy you.
Yes.
We got lucky. I mean,
we got so lucky
We got
to
lucky.
do that. That whole day was incredible.
That whole day was great.
Yeah, one of the best days for sure. So now, I don't know what's. We're curious to see how that land expands in the next few years and see what they can add and get in there. But yeah, well,
Add Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a whole.
they already added Boba
I know. Keep
and
going.
and
keep
Finnick.
going.
I know, and I'm like,
But you
You're
can't have,
getting the idea.
You can't have Kylo in there with Vader, can you?
no, you can't.
Not at the same time, but no, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, at
It's-
that point, it's like I'd
Well,
take
no.
Vader over Kylo
I just
Ren.
want Star Wars content. I don't care about continuity at this point. I mean, I do in the films and everything, but not while I'm walking through there. Like, I can suspend. I can see Peter Pan and Cinderella in the same place. Then why not
That's
Kylo
true.
Ren? And,
You can, for sure.
Well,
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
well, okay. To defend the idea of time locking, it would have worked if they picked the right time. They picked the wrong time to land lock, to time lock.
Yes.
If they would have locked in for episode 4, 5, and 6, not a complaint would have been had
right.
by anybody. See, and I got to go on this. Another one, we're going on another one. Because even though you can have the talk and discussion about what Star Wars is for different people, what brought people in. So we had this discussion on the Mando show. You know, us on the Mando show, we're all OG. We're all original OT guys. And you have people who are going to be prequel people. And then you're going to have sequel people coming
Did you
in.
just point at me when you said
Prequel.
prequel?
Yeah.
I'm not a major prequel fan.
Eh,
I'd say
it's
the
your-
original
but
trilogy is
it-
better.
Yeah.
But the trilogy that brought you in, okay? But they all go back and they all connect to the original trilogy. So my biggest critique is they went to the wrong area. If you replace all the characters rolling around with OT characters, think about it. Kylo for Darth,
Right.
Rey for Leia, Chewie with Han,
Or Chewie with Chewie.
or Chewie, yeah.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though: what the heck is Hondo doing in there?
Hondo, because Hondo feeds into that timeline.
So then we could see Ezra in there.
Yeah, that would feed back into Rebels.
I mean, Hondo. I associate that guy with Rebels.
Yep.
Well, it's
Okay.
obvious that what they were
Sorry.
trying to lock it into what would give them the most ability to work with as far as merchandising and
Yep.
and
Or what they were trying to do with the movies coming out.
Yeah,
or the way
trilogy.
they-
I understand
Yeah.
what they were going for.
Yeah.
I just
Sure.
I just feel like they did it poorly.
They're going for what's in right now, and it's that trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they'd have gone original trilogy, that's never going to go out of style.
Never.
Yeah.
It will never go out. Because even if you find those rare people who are really big fans of the sequels, they're like Yetis for me, but whatever.
Who's that? Ryan Johnson?
No, I don't-
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he hated his own movie, and that's why. Anyway, I won't spend an hour or two. Going
No, we
on
don't have
But yeah, they all go back. They will all go back. Now, will original trilogy ever be? I mean, there are going to find people who will, say sacrilegious things like, "Oh, it's not my favorite. I prefer the prequels," and then I'd run over and promptly bat them on the back of the head. But they would still really enjoy them, and they all connect to there. So the heart of Star Wars is that original trilogy, and that's
Right.
why would you make a whole thing and then peg it to an appendage that's over here? Like you
Yep.
did bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Right on.
But anyway,
Anyways.
there you go.
Well put.
Well
Tangent
put.
over.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Star Wars is Star Wars. You can put on any Star Wars movie, and I'll enjoy it, even if it's
Episode
Last Jedi. Or
Yeah, but again, fans, we got to remember that we have to remove our own sense of fandom into that part because as many people are fans, you can go into a backwater country and be like and throw up a few different faces and people are gonna know one's gonna be like Jesus and the other one's gonna be like Darth Vader. No joke, like Darth Vader. I know that. Then you pull up Kylo Ren, they're gonna be like, huh?
And is
Luke.
that with or without the mask?
Yeah. So they're gonna be, is that Darth Vader Jr.? Like, no, maybe. But anyway, so that's what my whole point. Like, you picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
Think about it, Darth Vader roaming that land would be epic.
Well, that's the
Epic.
thing. It's. I agree with you that you can enjoy any of the films.
But some are going to be better than others.
Well, and some are beloved by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody hates the original trilogy.
No.
No.
There might be some.
Again,
One
they're
few
like the Yetis.
freak
They probably
examples
hang
out
out with
there,
the
but-
people who like the sequels.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can like the sequels and love the. I don't hate anyone right out of the gate just for liking the sequels. I don't. if you like them, you like them. Just to, as long as you understand that you're wrong. But
Yes.
no, it's fine. If you enjoyed them, then great. More power to you. I'm happy for you that you were able to find happiness.
Yes.
Because the rest of us don't feel that way.
Yeah, the rest of us don't like it.
But
No.
Okay. Well, that was a very good discussion about
Yeah.
things. Did you have anything you wanted to bring up, Jack, or anything like that?
Well, we got to ask him the questions.
Oh, we do need to ask you the
Yeah.
questions.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I know them off the top of my head. I don't even need
Okay.
to look. Well, maybe just kind of, okay. What are your essential attractions at Disneyland? For example, essential. Like, let's say your dad goes, "Hey, Jack, just you and I are going to go on Saturday, or whatever." And what if if these attractions weren't operational, you'd be like, "You all, Dad, I'm not going to go because these have to be going for me."
It has to be, obviously, Indiana Jones. I know I've said that a few times.
That's
but
okay.
that one's got to be up. Pirates has to be up. I know Matterhorn has to be up. Because we were going to go in September, and I think it's closed till September 8th. And I was like, push the trip off until after September 8th, because I'm not going without Matterhorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think those three. Or Haunted Mansion. I mean,
I don't want.
yeah, there's a lot that has to be. But
Oh, you're asking a lot.
yeah.
I mean, some of these are old. They need some time to rest. Okay, so we got Matterhorn, we've got Indy, Pirates, and Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are pretty much the staple ones.
Yep.
Okay.
Last time I went, no mansion.
That's rough. See,
Yeah.
if
I
that
did
was
not like it.
you could live without it, right?
Yeah,
It's
if that was the only ride that was down, I'd still go.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if all four of those were down, I'd be no.
Yeah, so the last two times I was there, so last time was Indy was down, and the time before that, Big Thunder was down.
Yeah, that was.
So, but still had a great time. There's still a lot to do.
I got to say, for me, it's Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin.
Yeah, and Gadget's Go Coaster.
yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna show how they're redoing that one.
Are they?
You mean that attraction?
Yeah.
Are they redoing it?
Remember?
Well, I know they're doing Mickey Minnie's Runaway
No.
Railroad.
Remember, they're gonna redo it, and from what I remember,
with
they're
that-
going to make Jessica Rabbit not a victim.
yeah,
What?
or they're gonna make her trying to save Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
Why not just leave it the way it is?
Good
That'd be too easy.
Very good question.
Because it's problematic.
Is it? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite food item? So, what is your favorite restaurant, and what is your favorite snack?
Favorite restaurant
And snack.
Snack right off the bat is churros. Love the churros.
Plain or special food?
Just
food
regular,
flavor? Okay.
regular churros. The ones from Frontierland are the best.
Churro flavored.
Jay would be very happy with you.
Or the
We
cotton
talked about
candy.
cake.
Cotton candy's
yeah,
always
we
been
do.
great too.
Cotton candy?
Wow.
I'll take cotton candy anywhere I can get it.
Do you like cotton candy?
No, I like it. There's a reason I'm diabetic.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're okay. I mean, it's been years since I've had cotton candy.
I haven't had it in a long time, but yeah, I basically grew up with any form of sugar. I'd
Sure.
shovel it in.
There you go. Okay.
Yep.
So churros from Frontierland and cotton candy.
Not a Dole Whip.
Oh, God, I
Yeah,
forgot
you
about
forgot
Dole
Dole
Whips.
Whips.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's between churros and Dole Whips.
Now, standard Dole Whip or the Dole Whip float?
Dole Whip float.
Okay.
But then the raspberry ones were good too.
Oh,
The
raspberry
just
ones
added-
are good.
Pretty good.
Yes.
But then main place to eat probably be, is it Oscars? Is that what it's called? Or
Oh,
what is it?
That's not the official
Carnation
name.
Cafe. Yeah, not
yeah.
Oscars.
No,
Carnation
Oscar,
Cafe.
but I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, that's always a great place to get breakfast.
That's if it's in the cards, that's usually if we like to go there first thing to get breakfast. Like,
Okay.
Just kind of get in the mood. You know, you come
That-
to the park and come up at Main Street.
That or Tomorrowland Terrace. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You like hockey pucks?
Horrible, horrible place.
hockey pucks. Yeah, I mean, so Carnation is one of my absolute favorites. Never been there for breakfast though. I've been there for lunch and dinner, but
Oh,
never.
yeah. Yeah, it's a nice
Okay.
experience when it's before they open any of the rides. If you just go there and they're just kind of starting to open up Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
ground is still wet.
can definitely see that in my mind's eye. I
Yep.
just haven't done it.
Yep.
Best coffee though, Joffrey's coffee is they serve
Pretty
that.
good.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So what is Disneyland better for you at day or night? And I want to know your answers. Why?
Day, I guess it depends on what month you're there because of the sweltering LA heat. But Probably night, I'd say. I just love
Night.
all the lights.
Okay.
Over by Matterhorn, the neon lights from Tomorrowland reflecting off of the lagoon and Matterhorn in the background. It just looks so cool. But yeah, I'd say probably night.
So-
you know, they got the tiki torches up in Adventureland and stuff.
Okay. I'm just trying to picture when you said, so you're standing by the lagoon with the Matterhorn to your back? Is that what you're talking about?
Did you get a picture of it not too long ago? But he had a really cool picture.
Oh,
and had
it was coming off.
Matterhorn.
It was
and
coming off of the
the monorail
off
in the
the
background.
I thought you were
Lagoon?
talking about coming off the monorail.
Yeah, I think it is off the monorail.
So as you're coming off the monorail, and you've got like the lookout over the lagoon.
Yeah, yeah.
With Matterhorn behind it.
Yes.
the
And then-
Starlight and the neon
Yeah.
lights from
I wanna
Tomorrowland
see
and
that
everything.
picture.
It's cool.
Okay.
I'd have to dig for it.
Okay,
but,
okay,
yeah.
right on. I absolutely feel you on that. Okay, and the tiki torches,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so at night, yeah, I think we're like
Pretty simple-minded. on
no.
that. I like lights.
Yeah, I think night is the predominant answer.
Yeah.
For that.
He's actually one of the few people I know that loves Tomorrowland. And,
Honestly, I could keep it the way it is.
and I
Probably
think
just
it's just
'cause I'm-
nostalgic
yeah.
for him because we always end up we always go into the park and then go left into Adventureland.
Yep.
So Tomorrowland is always at night for us. We never go in Tomorrowland during the day.
So yeah, I love Tomorrowland.
And it's
night.
always kind of like that's the tail end of the day
Well, and it-
or of the trip.
It hasn't changed since I was little, so that's probably why it's sadly, but
Yeah.
it's probably why.
well,
it's,
I mean,
Well, when they were little, that was always where they wanted to go to get toys and stuff
Yeah,
because that
those
was where they had.
lightsabers and
That's where
stuff,
they had the
yeah.
lightsabers and all that stuff too. So
yeah, but even like when I was like a teenager, Tomorrowland at night was always like the place to be.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because at Tomorrowland Terrace, they have, well, what they call, I guess would be like the Jedi Academy now, how that stage
Yeah,
pops
they had
up.
they had
Oh,
a
they'd have
band.
bands there, yeah.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and they would have like real
Yeah.
bands. They're not like Disney.
Right.
No, like real.
Yeah.
playing
No
band.
Doubt played there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Social Distortion and bands like that
Yeah.
would play there
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So that was like, if you're a teenager, that was kind of like the place to
Yeah.
be. Now I think my vibe is over on the west side. I love the west side so much more at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, actually, I'm not going to complain either
There's
way.
nothing like Adventureland at night.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
The
not.
torches and everything. Oh, it's
Yeah.
And the jungle drome.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Jungle
Yeah.
Cruise at night is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, see, now I want to go.
Yeah.
Right now. Okay, so that was the next question after that. Oh, well, okay, so let's say you were going to bring some of your friends. I would imagine some of your friends aren't into Disneyland, but let's say you're going to bring a couple of them. They're all, Jack, I don't want to go. The place sucks. It's just too crowded. I don't like it. What would you do? So where would you take them, and what would you show them that would best represent what the park was, what Walt was trying to envision?
Oh dear Lord, man, that's deep.
Well,
I mean, probably, I guess right away, if I could go straight to it, Rise of the Resistance would be, because I mean that is just so crazy. The technology they put into that and the immersion you get from it, it feels like you are captured by the Empire. So it's I'd probably go for that first.
very first
So-
thing.
so
Yeah.
You're saying like if they didn't want to go, that's a way to
'Cause, I mean, that
instantly
is-
shut them up.
That's a special ride right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably that first, and then basics, Matterhorn, Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Fall back on those two quite a bit.
Awesome. Was all the questions we had, or?
Ride vehicle. Did you answer that one?
Ride
Yeah,
vehicle.
Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
Indy or the Radiator Springs
Yeah.
racers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
Solid answers. Oh no, actually, one other question was if you could be at any rides opening day
yeah.
ride, what would it be?
Opening day of the ride, not
Yes.
opening day of the park.
Yes.
Man,
Of the
yeah.
ride.
That's a hard one. I think Jungle Cruise would be pretty cool.
Oh,
Jungle Cruise or Big Thunder.
we've not had a Big Thunder answer yet. That would be fun.
I mean, I'd be okay with any of them. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd all be pretty cool to watch, but or
Awesome.
Space Mountain. Space Mountain would actually be really cool.
Oh yeah, that was a fanfare. I mean, I remember seeing pictures of that as a kid, and just yeah.
That was the year I was born.
Is it 77?
So, yeah, same year as Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a ton of fun.
Yeah. But I mean, I just think about you didn't see anything in real time. You just saw pictures like that came out in magazines, like
Yeah.
months later. And go, oh, this is what it was. There was no real time stuff. Yeah, Matterhorn would be. I mean, Space Mountain would be a trip for sure. Have you seen pictures of that? How?
Yeah,
Like, I'll look at
back when they used to have the escalator going
the
up and
escalator.
everything.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
crazy talk, right? Anyways, cool. Very, very cool answers. Awesome. Okay, was that it then for this one?
Yeah.
Right on. Very good show. Very talkative. Good discussion. Did you guys have a good time, John?
Yeah,
All
I did. It was
Excellent.
great.
Excellent.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us.
Anytime. You don't even have to ask to show up. I just have to be home. So.
Yeah, yeah. I'll probably text you first to make sure you're recording that day.
Hey, I'm actually outside your house. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be get out of the shower. No. Anyways, right on. So that's going to wrap up episode number 157. Thank you so much for listening to us today. If you'd like more information about the show, go to leavingtodaypodcast.com. We have links. Everything is on there. Also on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. We have everything on. We've got a link tree, and we have some interviews coming up soon. We're going to get those. And then also we have a contest going on, right, Udi? What's all that about?
We do. If you go into our Instagram, we probably need to repost it. We had a guest on last show before.
Gaston.
Oh. We had Jason, the creator of Signs of Amusement and Interactive Realm.
Yes.
We had a great discussion, and he was kind enough to offer one of his signs. Okay.
Yes.
So,
dude's way too generous.
It is very, very cool.
Yeah. And I've been in his workshop. I've seen how he does a lot of things. And the other thing is, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. We talked a lot about the sign he made for the show. Mm-hmm. We didn't mention the instigator and the other entity that was involved in making that sign.
Oh, yes. Shame on you, Udi.
That was my fault. And
very rare, listeners, that Udi's taking blame for something.
Yeah, okay. my fault. We didn't mention Christy.
We did not.
She was the one who began the whole process, and she's the one who actually finished the process. So a lot of that work in there is hers too. So
okay, well, thank you, Christy.
Yeah.
But she knows I already thanked her for that.
Yeah. But anyway, so back to it. So I had to clear that up because I was like, oh man, because I thought I did.
Did she say something?
Yeah, she pointed. She kind of, hey, by the way, and I'm like, I did, Mo. And I didn't, and she doesn't care. She does not care one rip. And I said,
I want to give her credit.
No. But I even said, no, I will correct that. And she's like, no, don't. I don't care. And she said, I don't care. I'm like, no, but I do. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't care. I care. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the contest is basically this. Okay, there are 3 questions that you need to answer and DM us. The first question is, how is Jay connected to the show? Okay.
Jason.
Jay's what I call him. Jason.
Okay.
Who did he make his first sign for? Okay. And then what is his Mount Rushmore?
Oh, okay.
We've had a few answers, and you guys are close. Nobody's been correct yet.
Okay.
So we're going to hold a little bit longer. I was kind of wanting to wrap it up for this episode, announce it this episode, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So reminder, DM us on Instagram. How did Jason get connected with the show? Who did he make his first sign for? And what is his Mount Rushmore?
Okay.
And all those answers are found in episode 156, right?
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Well, one might be a little bit deeper dive because after my listen back to it, I'm like, okay, we didn't quite get there, but
I didn't cut out his answers, did I?
No.
Some of those answers are found in episode 156.
Yeah, no, but they're there. But other people who are more fans of the show may get one of those a lot quicker than other people.
Shoot, I don't even know the answers, so I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
Mark sent it to me. He's like, hey, I'm like, yeah, 2 out of 3. He's like, huh? 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm like
Mark
teach right now,
win.
going like 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. But anyway, there you go. So yeah, please take advantage of it.
Yes,
he does great work.
Yes, and then we have another contest we're going to do as soon as that one's done, and that's for Marcy's signed
Correct.
book. We will get that out going.
Yep.
It's here with me right now.
Yep.
Okay, so Marcus and Jack, how can people find you, or do you want to be found by anybody? You've got a band.
I do. So, well, for now, it's still just on my. Well, I have 2 Instagrams. So I have one for my real life, and that's Marcus Butler. I'll comment on the Leaving Today post because I spell Marcus wrong, so you won't find it. And then the other one is Mark Butler Song Slinger. That is for my band, Mark Butler and the Bottom Dollar. We're going places.
And
Yeah.
Mark Butler.
Yes.
It's all about you, huh?
That's right.
is.
Right. It's my band. I write the songs, so
Are they? I thought they were covers you guys were doing.
we do
For the most
we do
part,
covers and originals. It's about half and half. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm the Barry Manilow of the band. I write the songs,
Oh,
even
boy.
though Barry Manilow didn't write that song. But
Yes.
we don't do Barry Manilow songs, by the
Don't
way.
do that?
No.
Okay. Who do you guys cover?
We do. It's mostly like older honky tonk and rockabilly stuff. So we do.
Elvis, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that kind of, and then
Buck Owens.
some more obscure honky tonk stuff too. But yeah, it's
Okay.
mostly like 50s through 70s.
Oh, awesome.
Kind of country and rockabilly stuff.
When you guys going to be playing anywhere near here?
It'll be soon, because everybody kind of lives around here, but we're 4 grown men with families and whatnot, so it's it's a bit difficult, but we're making it work.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
This was kind of going to be like a 1 or 2 shows with these guys, but I love these guys, so I'm sticking with it.
Okay. Excellent. And if I'll just say this now, if we ever do get the little party up here that we threatened to do, we'd like to have you guys come back here and play something.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and volunteer the other guy's time.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. And Jack, do you want to be found by anybody?
Oh, just Jack Butler.
Jack
Regular old Jack Butler on Instagram.
Regular old Jack Butler.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're Instagram folk.
Yeah.
You can't really find us elsewhere. I am technically on Facebook, but I hate Facebook.
I'm
so.
not 67, so I stay off Facebook.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook with the other old folks.
Yeah, that's it. Right on. Well, speaking of that, we do have a Facebook page. I don't even go on it. And in fact, I'm not the admin for that. I think 13 is,
Yep.
or Jess or something.
Jeff
All right.
and 13.
Yeah, so we do want to have a Leaving Today podcast, but I don't even know what's on there. I should know. Yes. Okay. Oh, and Udi, where can you be found?
You can find me on my other podcast, The Mando Show. We are on a break a little bit right now. We will be recording this week at some point.
This weekend?
This week.
Oh, okay.
Then anyway, and then you can find me on my Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, Hex Goalie. You can DM me there.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on. Excellent. Well, thank you, listeners, so much for taking the time to do it, for taking to listen, and to hopefully we made you laugh and think and smile a little bit, and encourage you to go out down to the parks. To that, we love you, adventures out there, and see you in the parks.
So long.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Yep. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland is now ended its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
Okay, while Mark and Udi are away, I just wanted to say, if you're hearing this, please call the police and send help, because Mark is holding me against my will.
A new world order, Udi. A new world order.
Don't get me going.
Okay.
No, I will give you one.
Not that one. Pick a different one. God, you're so slow.
Wow, these are smaller than I thought.
That's what she said.
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
You're funny. Ow, that hurt. Don't make me smile like that. Ow.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.